March of 2020 has been an interesting month to say the least. Honestly, at this point, I'm ready for Vegeta and Nappa to just blow up my planet at this point. But you know what doesn't change despite this? Smash. Besides all the offline events and other tournaments have been canceled for the year, a lot of people have been turning to online tournaments as a ways to get their fix in. Quarantine probably being the biggest one. Still, a lot of things don't change with the new flock of online. Besides people air dodging in PS2, a lot of common habits I'm seeing a lot, and if anything, a lot more have been coming up due to the abundance of online players. So, I figured it'd be time. Let's talk about it.
Let the lesson begin.
Alright, number one, the good old classic rolling and spot dodging. And I'm not talking about just rolling and spot dodging in neutral, I'm talking about rolling and spot dodging towards the ledge. This primarily happens because it's a panic button for the most part, but let's think about this for a second. When you roll into people's attacks, and this could be for anybody, you're giving an immense window to punish you, as that is something that is very reactable. You want to make sure you're always mixing up your options when it comes to getting back to the ledge, especially for someone who has really good edge guarding capabilities. So let's roll back the Roy example. So if you feel like they're gonna go use their side B because they've done it prior, you have 5 options. You can neutral get up, you can attack get up, you can get off ledge and try to get back on, jump get up, and roll get up. 3 out of them are out. So that means there's only 2 that really remain. Neutral get up because you have time to shield all the hits, and jump get up. Even though it's a bit hard to do this mid-match, you always want to keep this in the back of your mind when you're playing. Alright, number 2, going right back from number 1, panic buttons. This is when you're feeling immensely pressured and you press a button to get out of it. The best and big examples are Banjo's side B, Bowser's up B, and Ganondorf's smash attacks. These options are really good out of shield options for the most part, but with a big old BUTTTTT, they can be punished. Despite how people complain about most of these options, besides maybe Gaming Watch, will probably get a freebie on that one. A lot of these things are very punishable. Don't constantly use it. Use it when you really feel like you have to in a situation, but don't spam it, because that's what's going to lead to a stock loss. On to number 3, and this ties back to 1 and 3. You see how we're doing this all together? Same stage recoveries. Biggest offenders being neutral get up and jump get up. Like I said prior, you always want to mix up your options, especially if your character has really good air mobility or some sort of trick. Like for Ness, you can use the side mag to kind of mix up his landing a little bit. Samus has her down B flip move and all these other things. Really get creative when it comes to recovering back to ledge. Some characters really can't, so you're gonna have to really rely on just getting back properly with the 5 options that are available to you. You always want to make sure you're utilizing all your tools to get back to the center stage. Number 4, and I myself am severely guilty about this. The same attack approach. If you're dash attacking 5 times in a row, that's a problem. It doesn't take any rocket science to understand, oh, I just gotta shield this move and then punish. Right? And when I say that out loud, it sounds like that's an obvious statement, but a lot of people do it naturally because that's what they're used to. Some people don't think about, okay, maybe if I try this option or try something else, it might work. For this one, overshoot a little bit, reach a little further out. For the next one, undershoot, maybe go for a bait. Having these different types of movement and being able to move around and kind of shimmy past your opponent and knowing when you want to engage and disengage will make you a phenomenal player in an instant. Getting real comfortable with your character. To really do this, I recommend going into training mode, but for this one, you maybe want to go actually into one-on-one sessions with a friend, or maybe in a matchmaking Discord, as you want to be able to get that feel of your character. You don't want to just practice in training mode with a still dummy. For movement-based things, when it comes to approach and neutral, I feel like you need to play with the person to truly understand your character's neutral. Last but not least is whiffing. Whiffing is when you throw out a move and you just miss your opponent, and then promptly they can punish you right after that. Whiffing is a big thing, especially when you're learning a new character. Is something you have to learn and practice. One of the biggest ways to understand your character's hitboxes is 1, look up information. There are plenty of Smash guidebooks out there to show you the hitbox of your characters. There's plenty of information on each character in Smash Ultimate. I'm going to link down below 2 different guide sheets showing 1, the link to the Ultimate Frame Data Guide that shows you all the frame data for all the characters, and as well as an Excel sheet that shows the best 3 out of shield options to help you deal with pressure situations like we talked about before. But alright guys, that pretty much wraps it up. So what are some tips and tricks and bad habits that you are trying to fix right now in March 2020? Like I said prior, me going with the same approach is the biggest one I'm trying to fix right now. But please, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe down below. This is Geeky Dog signing out. Peace. Same approach is the biggest one I'm trying to fix right now. But please, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe down below. This is Geeky Dog signing out. Peace.